Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects every aspect of our lives: technology. From how we communicate to how we work, technology is constantly evolving. And to explore this exciting world, I have Jacob and Daniel with me.
Hey, Sophia. I'm really looking forward to this discussion. Technology is advancing at an incredible pace, and it's fascinating to see how it's shaping our world.
Absolutely. It's hard to imagine life without smartphones, the internet, or artificial intelligence. The way we interact with technology today is drastically different from just a decade ago.
That's so true. And one of the biggest transformations we've seen recently is in artificial intelligence. AI is everywhere now. From voice assistants like Siri and Alexa to recommendation systems on Netflix and YouTube. How do you both feel about AI becoming such a big part of our daily lives?
I think it's amazing. AI has made things so much easier, whether it's automating tasks, improving customer service, or even assisting in medical diagnosis. But at the same time, it does raise some concerns, like job automation and privacy issues.
Yeah, I agree. AI is a double-edged sword. It has the potential to make our lives more efficient, but we also have to be mindful of how it's used. One concern is data privacy. Companies collect so much information about us, and it's important to know how that data is being handled.
Privacy is a huge concern. People are starting to realize that when they use free services online, they're often paying with their personal data instead of money. Social media platforms, for example, track our activity to target us with ads.
Exactly. And speaking of social media, it has changed the way we communicate and interact with the world. On one hand, it connects people across the globe. But on the other, it has led to issues like misinformation and online addiction.
Right? And social media algorithms are designed to keep us engaged for as long as possible. They show us content based on our interests, but that can also create echo chambers, where people are only exposed to one side of a story.
That's an important point. The way technology influences what we see and believe is something we all need to be aware of. But at the same time, technology has given us access to so much information. It's up to us to use it wisely.
Definitely. And technology isn't just shaping communication and entertainment, it's also transforming education. Online learning has become more popular than ever, especially after the pandemic. Do you think online education is as effective as traditional classrooms?
That's a great question. Online learning has its advantages, like flexibility and access to a wide range of resources, but it also requires self-discipline. Some people thrive in a structured classroom environment, while others prefer learning at their own pace online.
That's true. And with the rise of e-learning platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and Khan Academy, people can learn new skills anytime, anywhere. It's making education more accessible to people around the world.
I love that about technology. You don't have to be in a classroom to learn anymore. Whether it's coding, graphic design, or even a new language, you can find resources online and start learning immediately.
And we can't forget about virtual and augmented reality in education. Imagine students being able to take a virtual field trip to ancient Rome or explore the human body in 3D. These technologies make learning more interactive and engaging.
That sounds incredible. Speaking of emerging technologies, what do you think about self-driving cars? Some people are excited about the convenience, while others worry about safety and ethical concerns.
I think self-driving cars have the potential to make roads safer by reducing human errors. But the technology isn't perfect yet, and there are still challenges like unpredictable situations on the road.
And there's also the ethical dilemma. If an accident is unavoidable, how does the AI decide whom to protect? These are the kinds of questions that need to be addressed before self-driving cars become mainstream.
Right, ethics in technology is a huge discussion, not just for self-driving cars but also for AI, social media, and even robotics. Speaking of robots, do you think we'll see humanoid robots working alongside humans in the near future?
I think it's possible. We already have robots in industries like manufacturing and healthcare, humanoid robots that can interact with People are still being developed, but they're improving rapidly.
And in some countries, robots are already being used in customer service roles. In Japan, for example, some hotels and restaurants have robots assisting customers.
That's amazing. The way technology is evolving is truly mind-blowing. And with advancements in space exploration, we're also seeing a new era of technology beyond Earth. What are your thoughts on the idea of colonizing Mars?
It's an exciting concept. Companies like SpaceX are working towards making it a reality. But there are so many challenges: sustaining human life on Mars, transporting resources, and ensuring safety.
Yeah, living on another planet sounds exciting, but we still have so much to figure out. Technology will play a key role in making it possible. From controlled spacecraft to advanced life support systems.
The future of technology is full of possibilities, and it's fascinating to think about how it will continue to shape our world. Technology is always evolving, and with it, so are our lives.
Exactly. The key is to use technology responsibly and ensure that it benefits humanity. We need to strike a balance between innovation and ethical considerations.
And we should also make sure that technology is accessible to everyone, not just a privileged few. The more people benefit from advancements, the better our society will be.
That's such a great takeaway. Technology is a tool, and it's up to us to use it wisely. There's so much more to discuss about this topic, but for now, let's keep exploring learning and adapting to this ever-changing digital world.
One thing we haven't talked about yet is the impact of wearable technology. Things like smartwatches, fitness trackers, and even smart glasses are becoming more common. Do you both think wearables are just a trend, or are they here to stay?
Oh, I think they're definitely here to stay. People are becoming more health conscious, and devices like fitness trackers help them monitor rate, sleep quality, and activity levels. It's almost like having a personal health assistant on your wrist.
That's a great point. Wearables are not just about fitness, though. Some smartwatches now have features like ECG monitoring and blood oxygen level tracking, which can actually help detect serious health conditions early. It's amazing how technology is merging with healthcare.
Right? And beyond health, wearables are also making waves in augmented reality. Companies are working on AR glasses that overlay digital information onto the real world. Imagine walking through a city and getting directions displayed right in front of you, or shopping online and seeing a 3D preview of an item in your living room before you buy it.
That's a game changer. AR has so many potential uses, from gaming to education to even workplace training. Some companies are already using headsets to train employees in industries like manufacturing and medicine.
And speaking of advancements in medicine, what about biotechnology? We're seeing breakthroughs like 3D printed organs, gene editing with CRISPR, and AI-powered drug discovery. The way technology is transforming healthcare is unbelievable.
Absolutely. 3D printed organs could solve the issue of organ shortages, and gene editing might help cure genetic diseases in the future. But with these advancements come ethical questions. Should we be modifying human DNA? Where do we draw the line?
That's a tough question. On one hand, if we can eliminate life-threatening diseases, it seems like a good thing. But on the other, once we start making genetic modifications, it could lead to debates about designer babies, choosing specific traits like intelligence or physical appearance.
It's a fine line between medical advancements and ethical concerns. That's why regulations are so important, to ensure that technology is used responsibly. But let's shift gears a bit. We've talked a lot about AR and biotech. What do you think about the future of work? With automation and remote work on the rise, do you think traditional office jobs will disappear?
That's a big question. I think remote work is here to stay for a lot of industries. The pandemic showed us that many jobs can be done from home just as efficiently. But I don't think office jobs will disappear completely. Some people prefer in-person collaboration.
Yeah, and while automation is replacing some jobs, it's also creating new opportunities. Think about how many jobs exist today that didn't even exist 20 years ago. like social media managers, data scientists, or even drone operators. Technology changes the job market, but it also creates new career paths.
That's so true. The key is to keep learning and adapting. People who stay up to date with technology will have an advantage in the job market. That's why skills like coding, digital marketing, and data analysis are in high demand right now.
And let's not forget cybersecurity. With more people working online, cyber threats are becoming a bigger issue. Companies are investing heavily in protecting data from hackers, and cybersecurity experts are more needed than ever.
That's another important field. Cybersecurity isn't just about businesses. It affects everyone. People need to be aware of online safety, like using strong passwords, enabling two-factor authentication, and being cautious about phishing scams.
Exactly. Technology makes life easier, but it also comes with risks. It's important to stay informed and protect ourselves online. This conversation has covered so much, and yet there's still so much more to explore. Technology is advancing so quickly that every day brings new innovations.
That's the beauty of it. We're living in an era of constant change, and it's exciting to see where technology will take us next.
Absolutely. Who knows? Maybe in the next few years, we'll be having this conversation in a fully virtual space with holograms.
That would be incredible. The future is full of possibilities, and it's up to us to embrace it, learn from it, and use technology wisely.
That makes me wonder, what's the next big breakthrough we should expect? We've already seen AI, automation, AR, and biotech make huge strides. What's the next frontier?
That's a great question. I think quantum computing is going to be a game changer. Right now, classical computers process information using either or, one. But quantum computers use qubits, which can be both 0 and 1 at the same time, thanks to something called superposition. That makes them exponentially more powerful for solving complex problems.
Oh, I've read about that. Quantum computing could revolutionize industries like cryptography, climate modeling, and even artificial intelligence. Imagine being able to process massive amounts of data in seconds, things that would take traditional computers years to compute.
Yeah, but we're still in the early stages, right? Quantum computers require extremely cold temperatures to function, and they're not exactly practical for everyday use yet.
That's true, but companies like Google, IBM, and Microsoft are investing heavily in quantum research. Eventually, we might see quantum processors integrated into mainstream computing, unlocking possibilities we can't even imagine today.
Speaking of computing, what about brain-computer interfaces? There are companies working on technology that would allow us to control devices with our minds.
That sounds like science fiction. But yeah, I've seen some of the early experiments. Scientists are already using brain implants to help people with paralysis regain movement. If this technology keeps improving, we could see a future where people can type or even control robotic limbs just by thinking.
And imagine the impact on communication. If brain-computer interfaces become advanced enough, people could potentially send messages just by thinking them. No need for a keyboard or phone.
That's both exciting and a little scary. It raises a lot of privacy concerns, though. If companies can read our thoughts, where do we draw the line? Would it mean the end of personal privacy?
Exactly. With every new technology, there's always a balance between convenience and ethics. AI, quantum computing, brain-computer interfaces. They all have incredible potential, but they also come with risks.
And that's why it's so important for regulations to keep up with technological advancements. We need to make sure these innovations are used responsibly and don't become tools for exploitation.
Definitely. But let's switch gears for a moment. We've talked about cutting-edge technology. What about the practical side? How can everyday people keep up with these advancements and make use of them?
Great question. I think one of the best things people can do is stay curious, follow tech news, read articles, watch videos, and explore new tools. The more informed you are, the easier it is to adapt to changes.
And don't be afraid to experiment. Try out new apps, learn a bit of coding, explore AI-powered tools. Technology is meant to be used. The more hands-on experience you have, the more comfortable you'll be with it.
That's a great point. Even just learning the basics of digital literacy can go a long way. Understanding cybersecurity, cloud computing, and how AI works can help people navigate the modern world more effectively.
And let's not forget about education. There are so many free resources available now, online courses, YouTube tutorials, even AI-driven learning platforms. Anyone with an internet connection can gain new skills.
Exactly. The barrier to learning has never been lower. Whether you want to learn coding, video editing, graphic design, or data science, there's a course out there for you.
The key is to have a growth mindset. Technology is evolving fast, and the best way to stay ahead is to keep learning.
Absolutely. Who knows? Maybe in a few years we'll be having this conversation with AI co-hosts fully integrated into the discussion.
Now that would be interesting. AI could provide real-time facts, suggest topics, and even participate in debates.
The possibilities are endless. Technology is shaping our future, and it's up to us to use it wisely.
That brings up an interesting question. Do you think AI will ever reach a point where it can fully replace human conversation?
That's a tough one. AI is already incredibly advanced. We have chatbots that can hold conversations, generate creative writing, and even mimic human emotions to some extent. But at the end of the day, AI lacks true consciousness. It doesn't have personal experiences, emotions, or original thoughts the way we do.
Right, AI can analyze massive amounts of data and respond based on patterns, but it doesn't feel anything. There's something about human connection, the spontaneity, the unpredictability, the emotional depth, that AI just can't replicate.
Exactly. But what if AI becomes so advanced that people start preferring AI conversations over human ones? We already see people forming attachments to AI assistants and chatbots.
That's true, but I think the preference will always depend on context. If someone wants quick information or structured conversations, AI is great. But for deep, meaningful connections, nothing beats talking to a real person.
That's why it's so important for us to use AI as a tool rather than a replacement. It can enhance our conversations, provide insights, and help us learn. But it shouldn't take away from real human interaction.
And speaking of AI tools, have you guys seen how AI is transforming creative fields? Music, art, video editing. AI can generate entire songs, create stunning digital art, and even help with film production.
Oh, absolutely. AI-generated music is fascinating. Some AI programs can compose symphonies, create beats, and even mimic famous artists' styles. But do generated music has the same soul as human-made music?
That's a great question. I can analyze patterns and generate technically impressive compositions. But can it capture raw human emotion? I think that's what makes human-created music so special. It comes from personal experiences, struggles, and emotions.
I agree. AI can make music sound perfect, but sometimes imperfection is what makes a song truly powerful. A little offbeat drum, a voice crack, or an unpredictable melody, that's what makes music real.
Exactly. AI is great for assisting artists, but it shouldn't take over the creative process. It can help generate ideas, mix sounds, or suggest improvements. But the human touch is what makes art meaningful.
The same goes for video editing, right? AI can automate some processes. Color correction, scene selection, even generating subtitles. But the real magic comes from human creativity and storytelling.
Oh yay, AI is making video editing so much more efficient. I mean, just a few years ago you had to do everything manually, cutting clips, adjusting colors, syncing audio. Now, AI can suggest edits, remove background noise, and even create entire highlight reels automatically.
It's a huge time saver, but I think professional editors will always be needed. AI can assist, but storytelling, pacing, and emotion, those are things that require a human touch.
That's a common theme with AI. It enhances but doesn't replace. It makes things faster, more efficient, and even more accessible. But creativity and emotional intelligence will always be human strengths.
That's a great way to put it. AI is like a powerful tool in an artist's toolbox. It's up to us to use it wisely and not become completely dependent on it.
And speaking of tools, have you seen how AI is being used in education? Personalized learning, automated grading, AI tutors. It's revolutionizing how people learn.
Yes, AI-driven learning platforms can analyze a student's strengths and weaknesses and create a customized learning path. That's amazing because traditional education often follows a one-size-fits-all approach, which doesn't work for everyone.
True, some students learn visually, some through hands-on experience, some by listening. AI can adapt lessons to match each student's learning style.
And let's not forget accessibility. AI-powered tools can translate languages in real time, generate subtitles, and even help students with disabilities by offering speech-to-text or text-to-speech features.
That's a game changer for global education. With AI-driven platforms, someone in a remote village can have access to the same high-quality education as a student in a major city.
And yet, even with all this AI innovation, traditional teachers are still irreplaceable. Learning isn't just about memorizing facts. It's about mentorship, discussion, and inspiration.
Couldn't agree more. AI is a powerful tool, but human teachers bring encouragement, motivation, and real-life wisdom that no algorithm can replicate.
So it all comes back to balance. Using AI to enhance our capabilities, not replace them. Whether it's in education, creativity, or communication, AI should empower us, not define us.
Absolutely. The future isn't about humans vs. AI. It's about humans with AI working together to make life better.
Well said. There's so much potential, and it's exciting to see how technology will continue to shape our world.
Speaking of shaping the world, have you seen the latest advancements in robotics? The way robots are evolving is just mind-blowing.
Oh, absolutely. Robotics has come so far in just the last decade. We have robots performing surgeries, assisting in disaster recovery, and even working in customer service. It's like we're living in a sci-fi movie.
And what's even crazier is that these robots are becoming more autonomous. AI-powered robots can analyze data, learn from their environment, and even make decisions without direct human input.
Exactly. Think about self-driving cars. A few years ago, the idea of a car driving itself seemed impossible. Now, we have companies like Tesla and Waymo testing fully autonomous vehicles on the roads.
Yeah, and it's not just cars. Drones are being used for deliveries, agriculture, and even emergency medical response. AI-powered robots are helping surgeons perform incredibly precise procedures. It's incredible how much technology is transforming different industries.
But it also brings up concerns, right? The more we rely on AI and robotics, the more we have to think about ethics and safety. Like, who's responsible if AI-driven car crashes? The manufacturer? The programmer?
That's a huge debate. The same goes for job automation. AI and robotics are making industries more efficient, but they're also replacing certain jobs. How do we make sure people aren't left behind as technology advances?
That's the big question. Some experts say AI will create more jobs than it replaces, but the real issue is whether people will have the right skills for these new jobs.
That's why learning and adapting are so important. AI might automate repetitive tasks, but it can't replace critical thinking, creativity, and emotional intelligence. Those are the skills that will always be valuable.
And that ties back to education. If we want to prepare for a future where AI is everywhere, we need to focus on skills that AI can't easily replicate: problem solving, teamwork, and adaptability.
Right? And rather than fearing AI, we should be figuring out how to work with it. The best way to stay relevant in the AI era is to keep learning and evolving.
Speaking of learning, what do you guys think about AI in entertainment? AI-generated movies, deepfake actors, even AI-written scripts? It's all happening.
It's fascinating but also a little scary. We've seen deepfake technology being used to bring actors back to life, like in Star Wars with Carrie Fisher's Princess Leia. It raises a lot of ethical questions.
Yeah, and even AI-generated music and art are getting so realistic that some people can't tell the difference anymore. What happens when AI-created content is indistinguishable from human-made content?
That's a huge debate in the creative world. Some artists worry AI is taking over, but others see it as just another tool. Like how Photoshop didn't replace artists but expanded what they could do.
I think it comes down to intent. If AI is used to enhance creativity rather than replace it, then it's a powerful tool. But if it's used to produce content without human involvement, that's where it gets tricky.
And that's where regulation and ethics come in. We need rules on AI-generated content, deepfakes and intellectual property rights to make sure AI is used responsibly.
It's such a fast-moving field. Who knows? In a few years, we might be watching fully AI-generated movies, listening to AI-composed symphonies, and reading AI-written novels without even realizing it.
That's both exciting and a little unsettling. But it all comes back to balance. Using AI to push boundaries without losing the human touch that makes art and storytelling so meaningful.
Absolutely. And speaking of AI and storytelling, have you seen those AI chatbots that generate interactive stories based on user input? It's like a personalized choose-your-own adventure experience.
Yes, AI-powered storytelling is opening up a whole new way of experiencing narratives. You're not just a passive audience anymore. You can shape the story as it unfolds.
And that's just the beginning. Imagine AI-powered virtual reality experiences where you step into a fully interactive world that adapts to your choices in real time. The possibilities are endless.
The future is coming fast, and AI is at the heart of it all. It's exciting, challenging, and full of opportunities. The key is learning how to navigate it wisely.
Couldn't have said it better. AI is changing everything. From how we work to how we create to how we experience the world. The more we understand it, the better prepared we'll be for what's next.
And with that in mind, let's keep this conversation going. What's the next big AI innovation you think will change our lives?
That's a great question. I think AI-powered personal assistants are going to get way more advanced. Right now, we have Alexa, Siri, and Google Assistant. But imagine if they were truly personalized, learning from our habits and preferences in a much deeper way.
Yeah, like having an AI assistant that knows your schedule, predicts what you need before you ask, and even gives you real-time advice based on your goals. It could help with productivity, mental health, or even personal coaching.
That would be amazing, but at the same time it raises privacy concerns. The more AI knows about us, the more we have to think about data security. Who has access to this information? How is it being used?
That's true. AI assistants would need strong regulations to prevent misuse of personal data. But if done right, they could be game changers. Imagine AI that helps you manage stress, suggests when to take breaks, or even helps with language learning based on your daily conversations.
Exactly. And AI in healthcare is another area where we're going to see massive advancements. Right now, AI is already diagnosing diseases, analyzing medical images, and even predicting potential health risks.
It's incredible. AI can process medical data much faster than humans and catch things that might be missed by doctors. But the key is making sure it complements human expertise rather than replacing it.
That's the thing. AI is a tool, not a replacement. Doctors still need to interpret the results, make decisions, and provide emotional support to patients. AI just enhances their abilities.
And beyond hospitals, AI-powered wearables are becoming more advanced. Smartwatches already track heart rate and sleep patterns, but in the future, they might detect diseases early, monitor mental health, or even provide personalized fitness coaching.
I love that idea. It would make healthcare more accessible. Not everyone can see a doctor regularly, but an AI-powered wearable could provide early warnings and encourage healthier habits.
And imagine AI-driven nutrition plans. Based on your body's data, AI could create personalized meal plans, suggest recipes, and even help you grocery shop efficiently.
It's all connected. AI in personal assistance, healthcare, fitness, and even smart homes. What if everything in your home worked together seamlessly? Your AI assistant could coordinate your schedule, adjust your lighting for better sleep, and even order groceries automatically when you're running low.
That sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but we're already seeing the early stages of it. Smart homes, smart cars, AI-driven personal health. It's all converging into one interconnected ecosystem.
And it's evolving so fast. In just a few years, we could see AI assistants that feel almost human, capable of deep conversations, emotional understanding, and real-time problem solving.
That's where AI ethics come in again. If AI becomes too human, we have to ask, where do we draw the line? Should AI have rights? Should AI be able to make decisions on its own?
Those are huge questions. The more advanced AI becomes, the more we need to think about the social and ethical implications. We need laws and guidelines to ensure AI is used responsibly.
Absolutely. The goal should be to make AI work for us, not to let it control or replace human decision making. AI should enhance our lives while keeping humanity at the center.
And speaking of enhancements, have you guys seen how AI is being used in space exploration? NASA is using AI to analyze satellite data, predict weather patterns, and even assist in space missions.
Yes, AI is helping rovers explore Mars, guiding telescopes to find new planets, and even planning future missions to deep space. It's making discoveries faster than ever before.
And with AI-powered robotics, we might soon have fully autonomous spacecraft exploring the universe, gathering data, and even building habitats on other planets.
The possibilities are endless. AI is transforming every aspect of our lives, from healthcare to entertainment to space travel. It's up to us to use it wisely and shape the future in a way that benefits everyone.
I couldn't agree more. AI isn't just about technology. It's about how we integrate it into society, education, and daily life. And the best way to prepare for the future is to keep learning, keep questioning, and stay curious about what's next.
Absolutely. So, what do you guys think will be the next big breakthrough in AI?
That's a tough one. There are so many possibilities. I think we're going to see a huge leap in AI-generated content, videos, music, even entire virtual worlds created by AI. Right now, AI can generate art and write scripts, but imagine an AI that can produce a full-length movie with realistic characters, original dialogue, and compelling storytelling.
That's fascinating. AI is already helping filmmakers with special effects and editing, but if it could generate full movies, that would be a game changer. It raises another question, though: would AI-generated movies have the same emotional depth as human-created ones?
That's a great point. AI can analyze millions of movies and predict what people like, but can it truly understand emotions the way a human does? Maybe AI will be a powerful assistant in the creative process rather than replacing human creativity altogether.
That's what I think too. AI could help generate ideas, fill in gaps in a script, or even suggest improvements, but at the end of the day, human creativity is unique.
Speaking of AI and creativity, have you seen AI-generated music? It's incredible how AI can compose original pieces based on different styles. Some AI-generated songs are so good that people can't even tell they weren't made by humans.
Yeah. But it's also a bit scary because it challenges the idea of what it means to be an artist. If AI can make music, paintings, and even write books, and even write, where does that leave human artists?
That's where human touch comes in. AI might be able to generate music, but it lacks the personal experiences and emotions that make art meaningful. Maybe AI just be another tool for artists rather than a replacement.
That reminds me of something else: AI in education. Personalized AI tutors are already helping students learn languages, math, and science. But imagine if AI could fully adapt to each person's learning style, giving customized lessons in real time.
That would be incredible. Instead of one size fits all education, AI could provide individualized learning plans, helping students master subjects at their own pace. It could even recognize when someone is struggling and adjust the lessons accordingly.
And with AI-powered virtual reality, students could experience history, science, and even literature. Imagine learning about ancient Egypt by exploring virtual pyramid or studying space by walking on a simulated Mars surface.
That would make learning so much more immersive. It's exciting to think about how technology can transform education and make knowledge accessible to everyone, no matter where they are.
Exactly. AI-driven education could bring quality learning to remote areas, helping students who don't have access to good teachers or resources.
And what about AI in jobs? We always talk about AI replacing jobs, but I think AI will actually create new jobs. There will be careers focused on managing, improving, and ethically developing AI.
That's true. While some repetitive jobs might be automated, new roles will emerge. AI ethicists, AI trainers, AI interaction designers. People will need to understand how to work with AI rather than fear it.
Plus, AI will make certain jobs more efficient rather than replacing them. In healthcare, for example, AI can analyze medical records and suggest treatments, but doctors will still make the final decisions.
And in fields like cybersecurity, AI will be essential for detecting threats and preventing cyberattacks. But human experts will always be needed to interpret data and make strategic decisions.
The key takeaway is that AI isn't just about replacing jobs. It's about evolving them. People who learn how to use AI effectively will have more opportunities in the future.
Absolutely. AI is a tool, and like any tool, it's all about how we use it. It can make our lives better, help us learn, and even unlock new levels of creativity.
And as long as we focus on ethical development and responsible use, AI has the potential to transform society for the better.
That's a great way to look at it. So, what do you guys think is the next big step for AI? Will it be more about creativity, education, or something else entirely?
That's a tough question. AI is already making huge strides in creativity and education, but I think the next big leap will be in human, like AI assistants. AI that doesn't just respond to commands, but actually understands emotions, context, and intent.
You mean like AI that feels more human? That's interesting. Right now, AI chatbots and voice assistants are great at answering questions, but they don't truly understand what we mean beyond keywords and patterns.
Exactly. Imagine an AI assistant that can recognize when you're stressed or tired and adjust its tone or suggestions accordingly. It wouldn't just give you information. It would know how to communicate it in a way that suits your mood.
That's where emotional AI comes in. Scientists are working on AI that can analyze facial expressions, tone of voice, and even physiological responses to determine how a person is feeling. If AI could recognize emotions in real time, it could provide better support for mental health, customer service, and even personal relationships.
That could be a game changer, but it also raises ethical concerns. If AI can read our emotions, how do we make sure that data is used responsibly? Would companies use it to manipulate people into buying things or making certain decisions?
That's a great point. Privacy would be a major issue. If AI understands our emotions too well, it could be used for emotional advertising, ads that adjust based on how we're feeling at that moment.
That's already happening in some ways. Have you noticed how social media algorithms seem to know when you're feeling down and show you more engaging content? AI-driven platforms analyze behavior patterns to keep people hooked.
That's why regulation is so important. AI is a powerful tool, but we need laws in place to ensure it's used ethically. Companies shouldn't be able to exploit our emotions just because AI can read them.
Another area where AI could make a huge impact is healthcare. We talked about AI analyzing medical records. But what if AI could predict illnesses before they even develop?
You mean using AI to detect diseases before symptoms appear? That's already happening with cancer detection. AI can analyze scans and spot patterns that even experienced doctors might miss.
Not just cancer. AI is also being used for brain disorders like Alzheimer's. By analyzing speech patterns and memory-related tasks, AI can detect early warning signs before they become serious.
That's incredible. AI-powered wearables could also help. Imagine a smartwatch that doesn't just track steps, but can detect heart disease, diabetes, or stress levels in real time. It could warn you before a serious health issue occurs.
That would be amazing. People could take preventive action instead of waiting until something goes wrong. AI-driven healthcare could literally save lives by detecting conditions early.
And it could also make healthcare more accessible. Not everyone has access to top-tier doctors, But AI-powered diagnostics could provide remote consultations, help doctors in underserved areas.
Right. AI could act as a virtual doctor, giving medical advice, monitoring conditions, and even providing mental health support. That could be life-changing for people in rural areas.
But there's still a trust issue. Would people trust an AI doctor with their health? And what happens if the AI makes a mistake?
That's where human oversight comes in. AI should be a tool for doctors, not a replacement. AI can analyze data and suggest treatments, but final decisions should always be made by human experts.
So, AI in healthcare has massive potential, but it has to be handled responsibly. Now, what about AI in space exploration? That's another exciting area.
Yes, AI is already being used to analyze data from telescopes and space probes, but in the future, we could have fully autonomous AI astronauts exploring planets for us.
Imagine AI-powered robots exploring Mars, Europa, or Titan, collecting samples and making discoveries without needing constant human supervision. AI could handle dangerous environments that are too risky for astronauts.
And let's not forget AI-driven spacecraft navigation. Right now, space missions require constant human input, but with advanced AI, probes and rovers could make real-time decisions without waiting for commands from Earth.
Exactly. AI could help find habitable planets by analyzing data from space telescopes. It could detect atmospheres, temperatures, and chemical compositions much faster than humans.
AI could even help with terraforming, using AI to analyze planetary conditions and suggest ways to make planets like Mars livable for humans.
That's mind-blowing. AI isn't just shaping our daily lives. It could literally change the future of humanity by helping us explore new worlds.
Absolutely. So, do you think AI will one day help us colonize Mars?